Is it on? Okay, Tori, this is the very important part that I forgot to tell you. Look over here. This is the chopped spinach. You put it in a pan and you get it all thawed out. And then you pour it in a colander. And this is the most important part because it's very soggy. You have to get it and squeeze all the water out of it. You have to squeeze it like crazy until all the water comes out. You can't have any water in the spinach mixture or else your Spanakopita is going to get real soggy. And then you put it in here. Alright? Thanks. That's okay. Is it on?
Oh yeah.
Okay, look, Tori. Right here. 2 sticks of melted butter. You may need more butter, so no big deal. Over here.
What about the brush?
Nico. Okay. Over here we have 1 pound of feta cheese. This is crumbled. It's cheaper to buy it in a brick than it is already crumbled. So 1 pound, you have to cut it up so it's crumbled. You can use 1/2 to 1 full cup of grated Romano cheese. Parmesan is okay. 1 cup of sauteed onions in olive oil. 6 eggs beaten. 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of dill. Okay? Don't buy the expensive dill in the grocery store. Buy the cheap stuff. It's the same stuff. And then 1 tablespoon of parsley flakes. So all we're going to do, and here's 4 pounds of chopped spinach that's already unfrozen and strained and squeezed so there's no water in it. Okay, then we're going to just dump everything in, just like emerald. Everything in the same, right? Put it all in. Make sure we get it all. The cheeses, the onions, and the eggs. Now we're going to get a little bit of the butter. Okay, maybe a quarter cup of melted butter. And now some lemon juice. Okay, that was perfectly in. On?
Yep.
Okay, Tori, you got your melted butter in a pan so it doesn't drip everywhere. I'm going to use in this pan because of the size of the phyllo that I got. Okay? I butter the bottom of the pan. Count out 10 to 12 sheets and then fold it under so you know when to stop so you don't have to keep counting. I buttered the pan, get a sheet of phyllo, put it in the bottom. Very lightly. You don't need a lot of butter in between layers. Very lightly. Okay? Make sure that the phyllo is stretched to each edge of the pan. It doesn't really need to turn up, but very lightly in between each layer. Not a lot of butter in between each layer. Okay? That's the key. Keep going with that until you get about 10 to 12 sheets on the bottom. If it's really thin phyllo, you may want to go with a little bit more. I have 2 rolls and I'm going to use it all, so I'll probably put 20 sheets on the bottom. The next video is when we put the mixture in. Alright. Okay, Tori, I've got about 20 sheets in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this in. I mixed up a lot, so what we're going to do is dump it in. It seems like a lot. I'm going to leave a little bit in reserve to make some with the triangle method. Now, you get your spatula that's been oiled a little bit, and now we're just going to spread it out. Okay? We're going to spread it out into the corners, ever so gently. Okay, we're not smashing it, we're just kind of spreading it out evenly. Alright? And what we want to do is we want to get it all even and so that it's all uniform. See how I'm making the edges? The spatula really helps. Okay? When we're done with that, then we're going to drizzle some melted butter on that. Not a whole lot. Okay? And then we're going to finish putting the layers back on top, one at a time. Okay? Now you see how this doesn't fit. The next layer is going to go up to this side. Lightly butter. The next layer. Uh-oh. Okay. We're going to go to that side. Okay, then we'll just continue that until we're all done. I'll show you the next layer, what we do before we put it in the oven. In.
Now.
Okay, go. Bring it in.
Oh.
Okay, Tori. The last, like 5 layers, you want to kind of load up on butter. The last layer, you want to really load up on the butter. Let it sit for about 5 minutes and it'll get hard like this because the butter will congeal. Very sharp knife. And then what you're going to do is start here and you're going to make the cut of how big the cuts you want. Now don't go all the way to the edge because you'll pull out spinach. Once you cut that, you'll turn it around and cut that side. Okay? Very important to do that. Just like that. Okay, let me turn this off. I got some more butter cooking. Then, once all those are cut, you're going to bring it this way. Okay? And you're going to cut them all this way. You're going to make all of your cuts. You get a mister. Okay? It can be just a any kind of spray bottle. It's got to be clean water. You're going to put your oven on 325 and then you're going to mist this. Just like this. You're going to mist it nice and good. That way the top layer doesn't flake up like crazy when you cook it. Watch it when you're cooking it and you might have to mist it again. That's it. Okay, Tori, look. This is what it looks like here. It's all cut. I brushed it a little bit more with butter. I sprayed it with water, put it in the oven. 325, you're going to cook it at least probably 45 minutes. You're really going to need to watch it so it doesn't burn. You're going to need to mist it every once in a while. Over here, the next ones I'm going to make, you got the sheets. I'm going to brush it. Okay, don't be afraid of the phyllo. Brush it lightly. Fold it over halfway. Brush it lightly. Okay. Then we're going to get some of the mixture. Not a lot. You don't want to make these too big because they'll ooze out. About a tablespoon. Put it here. Okay. Smash it down a little bit. And this is the key. You got to fold it kind of tightly, but just continue rolling it up. Don't worry about going all the way to the edge. See, it goes halfway, but you're going to bring it up, and when you go over to the other edge, you fold it under. You hold it, and then you paint it with the butter. You paint it real nice with the butter, and you put it on the sheet to cook. We continue make them until we run out. We'll cook those at the same temp, but at a lot lower time. All right.
You feel not a